This reliance on the same body type for so many female characters isn't just boring,
It's harmful.
Somehow, Overwatch is still sexist no matter what the fuck they do to make everyone happy. I'm going to be talking about people that are bitching about Overwatch's body types. Look in the description for times to skip to if you don't have time to listen to everything. I actually ended up recording 3 sections of this video talking about body types and then cultural appropriation in Overwatch, and this one bitch that thinks that Overwatch lacks in strong female character lore, which she clearly hasn't read the lore. To her, somehow Tracer is weak because of Winston, but the video ended up being way too long, so I'm going to split it up into 3.
However, for all the apparent variety and diversity in the heroes Blizzard showed off at the game's debut, there wasn't much diversity to be seen in the body types represented by the female heroes. The male characters introduced that day included the towering knight Reinhardt, the sturdy engineer Torbjorn, the agile archer Hanzo, and the hulking simian scientist Winston, among others. The 5 female characters introduced consisted of the slender adventurer Tracer, the slender healer Mercy, the slender support character Symmetra, the slender sniper Widowmaker, and the slender but well-armored security chief Pharah.
I don't fucking understand why she would start her video criticizing a game that is now finished, but chooses to focus on when it was first debuted. It seems to me like she wanted to say that these slender women are the only women in Overwatch in an attempt to fit her narrative. She's complaining that Pharah, Widowmaker, Symmetra, Tracer, and Mercy are slender and only slender because they're designed to get dicks wet. It's as if she has never even played Overwatch or any competitive game and knows nothing about character design for this genre. Tracer has 150 health, the lowest health in the game. She's an assassin, but very easy to kill if you can hit her. Her hitbox is smaller than everyone else's because of her health and abilities. Due to her hitbox, of course she has to be slender. Mercy has 200 health and is a healer. All healers are thin with small hitboxes because they're priority targets that are easy to kill. Even Lucio is smaller than her. I can't believe she uses Pharah in this. You couldn't get more fucking safe than Pharah, the Egyptian, perfectly armored, strong, independent woman. Pharah is of course slender. Because she has 200 health, she can deal a shit ton of damage with the most mobility in the game. Widowmaker is a sniper that needs to be taken out as soon as possible. She has 200 health as well and has the same hitbox as the other females at 200, making her slender. I don't understand how she can't see this. Symmetra is a support that also has 200 and is the same size as all of the other supports. And these are the only characters she zones in on. There's still Zarya, the tank at 400 health that has a larger body type because she's a tank meant to take damage for the team to protect them. And she's smaller than the other tanks not because she's a woman, but because she has 400 health. D.Va is a tank and has 500 health, making her way larger than Zarya. Mei, who has 250 health with ways to block all incoming damage while simultaneously healing herself, is larger in return. Ana, the slender healer with 200 health, she's just as thin as the other healers and is a priority target. And most of the male characters in action games and Overwatch have very muscular physiques that most men in real life don't have and will probably never get. Why isn't she bitching about that if she's so pissed that there aren't more fat women in Overwatch? My point being that the female body types in Overwatch and most competitive games are designed based on their abilities, just like all the male characters. And there's nothing wrong with them looking attractive. It's on both sides. All the men are pretty fucking hot and they're huge. Like if you look in League of Legends, like look at most of the men. They're extremely muscular and they're all attractive. Same goes with the women.
It's as if male characters are free to embody whatever physique best communicates their personality or abilities, but when it comes to the designs of female characters, that kind of imagination and creativity often doesn't seem to exist. Often doesn't seem to exist. Often doesn't seem to exist. Often doesn't seem to exist.
This is completely not true. Like I just fucking said, females in competitive games, which she has chosen to focus on throughout this video, are all designed based on their personalities and abilities. It's not a gender issue. I don't like to say that others are being fake gamers, but she really doesn't seem to have played any of these competitive games, especially League of Legends and Overwatch. She had them completely wrong, like the League of Legends section is just pure fucking gold. She has no understanding of character design for competitive games, and she shouldn't be commenting on them unless she does. Overwatch is the fucking safest you could possibly get to pleasing everyone, and they really try to.
Rather than seeing such an exciting range of female characters, we mostly get the same body type over and over again, one designed to be sexually appealing to the presumed straight male player.
Overwatch has a great variety of female and male body types and races. Their bodies aren't all the same. All action games are going to have fit characters. You can't be a fat-ass assassin that has no health. They're typically designed to be at peak human physical performance. It would make no sense to have a bunch of fat asses on the field. And I love how she says presumed straight male players when it's a fact that most competitive gamers are males. So of course developers will focus on pleasing their main demographic before anyone else. There's nothing wrong with that. It has nothing to do with sexism.
This reliance on the same body type for so many female characters isn't just boring, it's harmful. It links our value as human beings within the culture to our desirability to men.
I'm pretty sure that Mercy's existence doesn't mean that my value as a woman is to be desired by men. And I love how she will still not talk about how most of the male characters in games are fit as fuck, with massive muscles that doesn't slightly represent most men in real life. Hanzo's existence also doesn't make me look at men and think that men that aren't as ripped as him aren't desirable. That's fucking ridiculous. Everyone has their preferences. Overwatch isn't going to change that. It's not like if you put a fat ass on the screen for them, they're gonna be like, oh shit, I love fat women now.
And it reinforces our culturally influenced ideas about who gets to be considered desirable and who doesn't.
Okay, let's keep going with this logic. Most people don't have clear skin. Most people aren't fit. Lots of people have cellulite, acne, and awful teeth. Most of the Overwatch heroes are attractive, but in real life, a large amount of people are butterfaces. So should Overwatch put acne on Mercy, cellulite on Widow, make Zarya flabby as fuck, and change some of their faces to look ugly? Maybe fuck up and discolor some of their teeth? Of course not. That wouldn't sell. Male and female characters will always be attractive unless they're satirical. And I personally would not like if they added a bunch of super realistic characters to where they're all ugly as fuck, because I really enjoy the characters looking attractive. And it's never changed my view on men. I don't only find muscular men attractive.
The fact that fat women and women with different body shapes aren't featured in these worlds reinforces the false notion that these women are less valuable and less worthy of recognition than those women whose bodies come closer to matching the cultural beauty standard.
You can't include these games in your point if they all focus on characters that are doing things that are physically demanding. You can't fucking force people to be attracted to body types that they aren't attracted to. Many people love larger women. Playing Overwatch isn't going to fucking change that. It's not like I'm sitting here masturbating to Roadhog and Junkrat just because I like playing them. But Junkrat would be pretty explosive in bed.
Playable female characters, on the other hand, are almost always young.
There are tons of old women and men in games, and I'd love to respond to this fully, but I'm focusing on Overwatch for this video. Here are the ages for each character on Overwatch. You can clearly see that there's a good variety of ages for both genders.
And it's for the same reason that so many of them have the same body type. They're intended to be sexually appealing to straight male players.
Never mind that most males in games are hot as fuck, tall, and ripped. I love how she will just never fucking mention that. She just wants to make it seem like it's completely unequal, and only women are hot in games.
Meanwhile, the absence of older playable female characters wrongly suggests that women's value is tied directly to their beauty and youth, and that when they're older, that value is all used up.
No older woman that's playing a game with an older male lead is sitting there thinking, oh my god, his existence implies that I have no value, and he does. Game developers are sexist. You You can't force people to be attracted to body types that they aren't attracted to. Fighting games require fake characters. No one wants to see super realistic acne-covered fat-ass butterfaces. It doesn't mean that they don't have value in real life. That's crazy. It's just a game. And men are sexualized just as much as women in games. Most guys don't look nearly as good as the typical hot, buff as fuck guys in video games. Anita Sarkeesian never mentions that because her feminist crusade to shatter the glass ceilings with her words would have no support. If you want to listen to more about Overwatch, I made 2 other videos which I'm posting soon, so subscribe if you want to see those. Also follow me on Twitter if you want. I don't really post that much. I probably will soon. I really fucking hate Twitter and I've never really enjoyed it, but I made one because I made this channel. Anyways guys, smell you later.